one of our objectives is to be a better steward of the natural resources of the world around us. And our performance measure there is to reduce our carbon footprint. So, because that's the kind of roll up of everything we do in the environmental space. And so we're looking for any and all opportunities to reduce our carbon footprint. And of course, a big piece of that is the transportation piece. And we already provide bus passes to faculty, staff, and students, and we're looking to boost that ridership. We're in conversation right now with Zipcar to have them put some cars on campus so that people will not either have to drive to campus for work, they could take the bus but still be confident that they'd have the means to go downtown if they have to, or students who just leave their cars at home entirely, relying upon bus and Zipcar and B-cycles. So we want to give people a lot of different ways to get around that will reduce our carbon footprint, make us less dependent on parking lots, because parking lots aren't the best use of your space, just better stewards of our environment.
Okay, I like that answer. So I guess going forward, or actually just looking back at just the little bit of time that it's already been installed, what changes have you seen? What effects has it already had?
I can't really speak to that yet because they're so new. I will say I've gotten many, many, many positive comments about it. I mean, people think, first, it's a great means of getting around that doesn't contribute to any degradation of the environment. But second, that it's just kind of cool. And then and ours, of course, have the little brand, the Bulldog piece on them, so it just kind of puts some environmental branding of the campus and spreads that around on something that people have a real positive reaction to. And I forgot to mention that we also recently, within the last year, installed 2 electric car charging stations. So again, we're looking for all kinds of different ways for us to be better stewards of the environment.
Right, okay. What is your vision, I guess, for what is the Drake University campus in 10 years and 20 years?
Well, we have certain goals we want to achieve in reducing that overall carbon footprint. Some number of years ago, the university committed to what's called the President's Climate Commitment and signed up to it, which did say that we were going to reduce our carbon footprint by significant levels in 2020, 2035, and 2050. So we're still doing our best to meet those objectives. Now, we're bringing on additional square footage, so that adds to your footprint. But, for example, our 2 new buildings are both 2 Green Globe certified. So those are much greener buildings than we've built in the past. And we're committed to doing that going forward. So again, you're looking for every piece of our operations, every type of activity we engage in, and asking yourself the question, how can we do this in a more sustainable fashion? And if it's there and it's available to us, we're going to pursue it.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a out-of-the-box thing, this program. How did you get the idea? Where did the inspiration come from?
Well, the B-cycles have been downtown and some other parts of the city. The driving force behind that, the person who's really behind it, had approached us and said, what we see in terms of population density and potential usage, Drake would be a good location for this. And it was really what we had to do was say yes. And you love saying yes.
All right, sweet. Well, I mean, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, it's just people need to use it. You can get the membership, and I think the membership is $20 a year, if I'm not mistaken, and that entitles you to use any bike at any time for up to an hour. And if you go over that, then you'll see a charge in your account. But that's a pretty fair price to pay to move yourself around the city in a way that's kind of fun.